Death to all Crips and Bloods. Death to all GDs and BDs. May they all die like King Von.
From trolling Karens on Zoom calls.
People traveling in groups.
Free motherfucker! Put your hands up! Yeah! They done run over here to the motherfucking light thinking it's a goddamn me stage light. They trying to get clout.
I'm a proud American nigga. I ain't a Crip, I ain't a Blood, I ain't black, I'm not color, I'm not Negro, I'm the seed of a nigga slave.
To painting himself with makeup and pretending to be white-skinned.
I finally got my dream come true. I finally get to be a white man. I finally get to be a white man.
Charleston White has become notorious for throwing out wild on camera in the past couple of years.
I'm a motherfucking amateur professional boxer with the motherfucking USA Boxing Association.
And these are not even the wildest ones. Wait till you see White saying some girls deserve to be raped straight on camera. In May 2026, a Tennessee-based live streamer named Chud the Builder, real name Dalton Etherly, was charged with attempted murder after shooting a black disabled veteran named Joshua Fox multiple times outside a courthouse in Clarksville. Etherly had built his entire online brand around filming himself, hurling racial slurs at black people in public while carrying a gun and mace. He had written publicly that his series finale would be a dead chimp on the pavement. 4 days after shooting Fox, his $1.25 million bond was set, and his Give Send Go had raised over $150,000 in donations. Charleston White went on Instagram Live in white face makeup, full white face paint, and said, "I finally get to be a white man."
I finally got my dream come true. I finally get to be a white man. I finally get to be a white man.
He then expressed support for Etherly and said he was coming home soon. The man who had spent 4 years calling out rappers for not being authentic enough, who had publicly lectured Blueface about how he represented black people, who had gone on Say Cheese TV to defend the black community against Johnny Dang and the Asian community, went on Instagram Live in whiteface to support a man charged with shooting a black disabled veteran outside a courthouse. White had previously said on camera that his whole persona was a character, that every time the camera came on, he was performing. The whiteface moment was either the clearest proof of that argument or the clearest proof against it. Either way, it was the most unhinged thing he had done on camera since the DJU gun pull. And unlike that one, he couldn't say this prop was fake. White has always positioned himself as a community advocate, the hype founder, the youth outreach guy, the man who showed up at city council meetings to hold officials accountable. In November 2024, he showed up to a Fort Worth city council meeting to do exactly that. A council member warned him about the slurred speech even before he started.
Mr. White, I will remind you that this is a civil body, and if your language is inappropriate, you will be removed from the chamber.
White acknowledged the warning, compared the council to the Pharaoh from the Bible, and then pivoted.
But I want to remind some of these white people, they got some black people coming to y'all neighborhood.
Charleston.
And they got some diseases. They got syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea. They got some good people.
He was physically removed from the chamber before he could finish the sentence. The man who spent years publicly presenting himself as an advocate for the black community walked into a government building and warned white residents about black people's STDs. The community advocate card was still technically in his wallet when they escorted him out. The city council visit lasted under 60 seconds. His HBCU appearance in September 2025 lasted slightly longer, long enough for him to tell the students he didn't care about their school, then get chased off campus while running. At some point in 2025, Charleston White discovered that random people host online Zoom classes, self-improvement sessions, feminist book clubs, life coaching meetings, diversity workshops. He started joining them uninvited and playing his own clips into the microphone. His most extreme rants about women, street politics, and black culture would suddenly start playing into these strangers' organized meetings.
People traveling in groups.
Free motherfucker! Put your hands up! Yeah! They done run over here to the motherfucking light thinking it's a goddamn me stage light. They trying to get clout.
I'm a proud American nigga. I ain't a Crip, I ain't a Blood, I ain't black, I'm not color, I'm not Negro, I'm the seed of a nigga slave.
The compilations went massively viral. By December 2025, there were multiple YouTube channels dedicated entirely to archiving his Zoom trolling sessions. The format was consistent. White would join silently, wait for the right moment, then play a clip of himself saying something that was the exact opposite of everything the class was about. Feminist self-help session. Meet the man who told a city council meeting that black people were bringing STDs to white neighborhoods.
I'm the new motherfucking uncle, nigga. Hell, you talking about a nigga? My uncle walk around in they draw.
All of that was funny and absurd. The next moment happened when White had been doing celebrity boxing. His fight against Suede the Plug God in Tempe, Arizona was a sanctioned ICB North American Lightweight Championship bout. At the face-off, Suede shoved him on stage. White pulled out mace and sprayed him directly in the face. Suede stumbled off stage clutching his eyes. Both fighters were disqualified before a punch was thrown. The next morning on Instagram Live, White explained his reasoning.
I'm a motherfucking amateur professional boxer with the motherfucking USA Boxing Association. Don't put your motherfucking hands outside of me, outside no motherfucking boxing ring. Fuck is you talking about? I'm a sanctioned fighter. You trying to fight unsanctioned.
He got disqualified, collected his promotion payout anyway. Then the next day, Sweet approached him in the hotel lobby. White pulled out a knife and hit him across the head with it multiple times. Later, White went on an interview to say,
I'm finna put a hole in you now, nigga.
God damn.
Come on, come on. I'm gonna poke you like this. I'm gonna hit you like this. And I really wanna hit you on top of your head like this, nigga.
Sauce Walker was ringside and summarized it perfectly on camera.
Y'all better leave that Charleston White alone, man. Stop with that man Batman. Stop with the Joker. That nigga Batman and Joker put together, that's the baddest man on earth. I like him.
The man invented Mace boxing gloves, lost on a technicality, argued it was actually fair, and cashed the check. One-eyed logic at a sanctioned boxing event is a high bar. What he did at his own comedy show 4 months later cleared it. On a 2023 Christmas comedy show, 2 men in the crowd were heckling White, both in basketball jerseys, while everyone else had cowboy boots on. Then White began to fire back.
I already got your back here. I don't give a damn about getting booed, nigga. I done already got paid. You paid to see me, nigga. You paid to see me. Lakers, Jazz, and Warren ass.
Then White threw a flower pot on their head, and the men lunged on stage for a brawl. Afterward, Charleston went on an interview to call it out.
They letting them disrupt class. Just like the teacher tells them, well, y'all get it out, I get my paycheck regardless.
The comedy show logic, I already got paid, therefore I won, is the same energy White brought to getting sampled by Lil Uzi Vert, except that time the check was actually Uzi's money. White had been going at Lil Uzi Vert since at least 2021 on Say Cheese TV, called them a sissified look for wearing nail polish and dresses, said he'd never heard a single Uzi song he could identify.
I ain't never heard a Uzi Vert song that I can say that's Uzi Vert, but I know he a sissified looking that put fingernail polish on his motherfucking nails and wear dresses. How he gonna talk about something?
Pink Tape dropped in June 2023. Track 2 opened with White's insult played clean over the production. Atlantic Records had called White and Say Cheese TV the Friday before release, got authorization, and cut a check.
Lil Uzi Vert did to his new album.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pink Tape, and them sampling my voice and putting that on the album.
Come on.
And then strategically presenting it the way they did, with making sure people heard my voice.
Uzi built the whole track around refusing to be ashamed of who they are, opened it with White's voice as the setup, rapped directly past him, and kept the royalties running. White got a publishing credit on Pink Tape, said shout out to Uzi, and told everyone this was strategy all along. The insult became income. By his own math, he won. Getting paid by someone you insulted is its own category. But in this next one, he went even further, threatening a host with a gun. White sat down with Chicago's DJU Go Crazy for a podcast. He had been disrespecting King Von and FBG Duck publicly for 2 years. DJU pushed back, pointed out White had been financially helping FBG Duck's mother while still going in on the dead rappers, and that Chicago had a problem with the whole approach.
I helped this living mama. F them dead niggas that preached about killing niggas. Give a fuck what they was. Why y'all not helping they mama?
White went off camera, came back with a gun.
Or suck my dick, bitch. In Chicago, fuck y'all, suck my dick. I keep a goddamn gun for whatever. I don't give a fuck about shit. I keep a motherfucking gun. I keep a motherfucking gun, nigga.
Someone in the room told him he'd gone too far. White told him to sit down.
What you got going? But sit down, homie.
White later said the gun was fake, said it was the character, said every time cameras come on, he's performing.
That was not a real gun for one. That was one of them AR soft motherfucking pistols.
DJU said where he's from, once you pull it out, you have to use it. Both of those things can be true at once, and that exact ambiguity is where White lives. The next moment happened after Young Thug's confrontation at Drusky's event on a Saturday night. By Sunday morning, White had already filed for a restraining order, contacted Thug's probation officer, and threatened to call Fonnie Willis. Most people would have stopped there. White had one more move. The day after the Drusky confrontation, White went on Instagram Live and showed the camera a revolver. Spun it, allegedly threatening Thug.
I got a new big motherfucker for you.
The man who had spent the previous 12 hours threatening to send young Thug back to prison through Fonnie Willis, and a probation officer wanted to make sure everyone understood he also had a revolver. Both options were on the table, the restraining order and the wheel gun. Pick one. Young Thug never publicly responded to any of it, which was probably the smart move, because every response White got turned into another 4 videos before midnight. Then in June 2023, White posted an Instagram Live going after Blueface about his treatment of Chrisean Rock. The tone was righteous.
I crown Blueface as our modern day Ike Turner because there is no other musician, there is no other artist who I see fill the shoes of an abusive lover.
Blueface responded in a comment under the No Jumper repost. That boy a mouse in the house. I'd rather be Ike than Uncle Ruckus. Then someone surfaced an earlier White video where he had said on camera,
I'm a man that strongly believe that some women need their ass whooping they too. So I'll advocate too for some people.
The man who had just delivered a sermon about Blueface's treatment of women had that quote sitting on the internet with his name on it. White's defense was that the original clip was taken out of context. The internet did not accept this. Blueface called him Uncle Ruckus on the internet, put rat emojis next to his name and said, "It's a mouse in the house." The man who showed up to morally correct Blueface left with a Boondocks villain nickname and his own quotes being read back to him. Getting called Uncle Ruckus by Blueface is his own achievement. What he said about pepper spraying a cat after getting charged for it twice belongs in a different conversation entirely. In October 2024, Charleston White was arrested in Texas on charges of aggravated assault and animal cruelty. The specific allegation was that he had pepper sprayed a cat. White's immediate response, posted online within what felt like hours of the arrest being reported, was that the animal cruelty charge was completely false. He said it was made up. He framed it as a targeted attack against him, suggesting the whole thing had been fabricated. Then the police released footage.
I got him too. Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him too. I got him.
The video showed what the charges described. White's claim that the cruelty allegation was invented didn't survive the visual evidence that accompanied it. The footage circulated, and the "it's made up" defense stopped being a viable position because people could watch what happened, and White even laughed it off in the same video.
Dude, look at him. Look at him. He wiping like a mother.
The man carries mace everywhere he goes. Soulja Boy, his boxing opponent, and at least one cat have all experienced this firsthand. Getting arrested for making a cat and immediately going back online is peak Charleston White energy. What he did with the Nipsey Hussle apology video showed the same refusal to let anything stick. White had been publicly disrespecting Nipsey Hussle since before Nipsey's death. Said things like, "Death to all Crips and Bloods. May they all die like Nipsey Hussle." On camera.
Death to all Crips and Bloods. Death to all GDs and BDs. May they all die like King Von.
Nipsey's fan base is not small and is not patient. At some point, a video surfaced of White apparently apologizing.
I want to apologize to Nip. To all the, on behalf of all the Crips in the Rolling 60s and the Nipsey Hussle fans of the rapper, I'm sorry.
DJ Academics posted it. The internet reacted. Then White went on his own platform to clarify.
That fake Nipsey Hussle apology was from last year.
The apology was pre-recorded, staged for a specific audience, and saved for deployment when needed. When it leaked too early and people thought it was real, he went on camera to clarify that it was fake, while laughing. He had a fake apology video sitting on a hard drive somewhere ready to release. That is a level of preparation most people don't apply to anything, let alone internet beef with a dead rapper's fan base. Carrying around a pre-made fake apology is the kind of move that only makes sense in Charleston White's specific version of reality. What happened when he called CPS on a 10-year-old showed the same meticulous, documented approach applied to a child rapper from Memphis. In May 2023, Finesse 2 times his 10-year-old son and Sonny Lil King posted a video dissing White online. White went on Instagram Live, called Child Protective Services, with his phone on speaker and posted the whole call in real time.
Yes, ma'am. I want to make a report of child neglect and child endangerment. There's videos of this child in the clubs at night with convicts, thugs around drugs and guns. And the kid's name is Lil King. He's a popular little rapper.
The worker offered to keep his identity confidential. White, I don't want mine to be confidential. I want mine to be identified. I want them to know I did it. because I work with children and it's an obligation.
Oh, no, I don't want mine to be confidential. I want mine to be identified. I want them to know I did it because I work with children, and it's an obligation to report something when you think children are in danger.
Lil King went on Instagram Live in response. The 10-year-old said, "Charleston White, you get caught, you get smacked, you're gonna get stripped." A grown man filed a government welfare report on a 10-year-old, demanded his name be on it, and the child came back with more threats. White had already moved on by the time King responded. The CPS call was methodical. What White pulled out mid-sentence in a Chicago interview that same year was a different kind of unhinged. The kind where you watch it back and still can't decide if it was real. In March 2023, White posted a video going in on China Mac and the Asian community, made violent statements, called for Chinese businesses to be robbed. New York state senators called for venues to cancel his bookings immediately.
I'm looking for problem with Chinese people. I'm getting ready. I'm for the
China Mac responded at a podcast the same day.
And then he was just, so I hate Asian motherfuckers. Every Asian motherfucker need to motherfucker die. I don't give a I spit on the Asian motherfucker.
Then he targeted DJ Academics directly. White and Academics had a comedy show booked at the Gramercy Theater in New York.
Academics, you stand by this, bro? Are you co-signing this? You co-signing this racism, this rhetoric, this bullshit?
The show was pulled from Live Nation before tickets went on sale. Then the FBI showed up at White's mother's house after someone reported he was holding Asian women hostage with illegal weapons. White said they tracked him through his Instagram Live. He went on camera about the FBI visit the next day, unbothered. One rant, show canceled, FBI at his mother's house, back online Monday. The China Mac situation had real consequences. The Boozy feud lasted 3 full years and produced the one sentence that explains why rappers keep engaging with White when they know they shouldn't. White's feud with Boozy started in 2022 when he called Boozy's son, Tootie Raw, a rapper baby headed for prison. Tootie allegedly sent threats. White posted publicly that he had sent Tootie's picture to Texas authorities with a tip on guns and drugs. Tootie was later arrested. White claimed credit on camera.
shit. Man, that boy minus just went up because of this. Yeah, that might hurt Boosie though.
An eyewitness later said police had been watching Tootie before White made any call. White had already posted his victory lap. When Boosie pushed back publicly in 2024, White threatened federal authorities. Boosie's response was not fury, it was a public concession. He said on camera he was ducking that smoke because he didn't want no man calling no DAs on me. One of the most respected names in Southern rap said publicly he was standing down from a beef because of police reports. That one sentence is the entire Charleston White thesis. In August 2025, after Boosie accepted a federal plea deal in his gun case, White went on live to celebrate. Said he couldn't wait. 3 years, institutional threats, claimed involvement in his son's arrest, and his closing move was going on camera to celebrate the man's legal trouble. Celebrating Boosie's plea deal collapsing was dark. What happened at Drusky's Miami event 5 months later showed White had found a target with even more legal vulnerability and was not going to let it go. Young Thug had taken a plea deal in late 2024, time served, 15 years probation. In March 2026, White and Thug both ended up at Drusky's Coulda Been Love reunion in Miami. They ended up in the same hallway. White posted footage and claimed Thug and his crew surrounded and threatened him.
They ain't ready for that, mate. They told gun.
By midnight, he had announced he was pressing charges, filing a restraining order, contacting Thug's probation officer, and reaching out to Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. Then he sat down with DJ Vlad for a Vlad TV interview and walked it back. On camera, White admitted he had leaned into the controversy for online attention. He acknowledged that what actually happened was that someone nearby had pretended to have a firearm, not that Thug's crew was actually armed. The gun element of the story, which he had allowed to spread online and fuel the viral moment, was fabricated for effect.
I came to the internet and lied and said they cuffed a gun. He pretended like he had a gun, but he made a threat. Don't lose your life in here like they gonna shoot me with the mace.
White later said he knew it was good content and played into it. Thug never publicly responded. Whether any legal action followed was never confirmed. One hallway, 4 videos before midnight. Exactly his speed. One conclusion I can make is that Charleston White is sometimes funny, but generally a crazy motherfucker. He ignores every unwritten rule hip-hop runs on and turns the backlash into his next clip. But that mad doesn't run forever. You can only collect that many enemies, that many lawsuits, that many people who feel disrespected on camera before something he can't spin catches up with him. The same chaos that built the channel is the same chaos that tends to end careers, or worse. Drop a comment with what you think is the most unhinged moment. Subscribe. See you in the next one.